Integrating technology is important in the classroom. It keeps students more engaged and teaches them skills they will need for this day and age. The definition of literacy has changed many times. It has progressed from being able to sign your name to being able to read and write. Now being literate means being proficient in today's skills. As you can see, new technologies have changed the definition of literacy and has even created new literacies. Two of the literacies technology has created is digital literacy and information literacy. Digital literacy used to mean being able to use computer devices and software to locate and use information. Like the definition of literacy, the definition of digital literacy has changed over time. It now means having the skills to use the information that technological devices carry and possessing the skills to use those devices. It doesn't do any good to look at a book if you can't read it. Likewise, it doesn't do anyone any good to have a computer if that person doesn't know how to turn a computer on. A blog literally means a weblog. It is a publicly accessible location for discussing a topic or issue. A vlog literally means video log. It is a video version of a blog. Information literacy is possessing the ability to recognize when information is needed and to have the ability to locate, evaluate, and use the information effectively. There is information everywhere, but unless people know how to find the information they are looking for, it is useless. Students also need to know how to correctly use the information they find. Even though there is technology, students need to understand the basic concepts of English and language arts before they can effectively use the information from technology. Students need to understand what a primary, secondary, and tertiary source is. They need to understand the difference between different point of views, and that means that many pieces of information found may be biased. Students need to know how to read and write before they can begin doing research or begin creating projects that require technology. Because of the advantages in technology, there are some new reading and writing strategies that students can benefit from. Before all the advances in technology, books were primarily accessed in print. Now a lot of books are easily accessed online, on iPads, tablets, and e-readers. This makes it easier for students who have a visual impairment to be able to make the font larger without having to use a magnifying glass. Another wonderful thing about e-readers is there are programs that allow students to be able to place notes right beside the passage they are reading. This helps students to be able to comprehend the information easier and quicker. It also allows students to be able to go back and find the information they are looking for quickly. The advances in new technology means that the classroom is no longer just a classroom. Students and teachers can easily collaborate with other students and professionals in other areas of the world. This is wonderful. It means that students can have e-pals instead of pen pals, and the text will reach the other person much quicker. English and language arts teachers face many challenges. Teachers have English language learners in their classroom and are expected to help them read and write at their grade level. They are also expected to help those students pass state and national tests, where they will have to read and write. Teachers will have struggling readers who are expected to be reading at grade level and passing state and national tests as well. It is becoming increasingly difficult to motivate students to read and write. Many students find it boring to sit for a long or even short period of time and just read and write. Finally, many students don't want to take the time to go through the writing process. They don't want to pre-write, write a first draft, edit, have someone else read the paper, and create a final draft. It is easier for students just to skip steps. There are 4 strategies teachers are using, not only to integrate technology into English and language arts, but also to help with some of the challenges they encounter. Teachers use technology to help increase word fluency and vocabulary. This helps all students, but it especially helps English language learners and struggling readers. There are websites and programs developed to help students practice matching letters and sounds. This is especially helpful in kindergarten, as a review with first graders, as a tool to help English language learners, and as a tool to help struggling readers. There are also websites and programs designed so that students can increase their vocabulary by matching words with their meanings. Online dictionaries and thesauruses are also extremely helpful to have, especially when teachers and schools are on a budget. Teachers also use technology to support comprehension and literacy development. As I mentioned earlier, digital text is a wonderful way to encourage and teach students to be engaged in the text when reading. There are also devices and computer programs that will read the text in order to assist visually impaired students. To motivate students to read and write, teachers can use digital storytelling software that can be found on computers and tablets, which allows students to publish their own writing and stories. Teachers can also use technology to support writing instruction. They can use interactive whiteboards to post sample work or student work to be edited, and to teach students how to edit and what to look for. Publishing sites such as KidPub motivates and encourages students to produce their best work. Word processors make it easier and quicker for students to edit their own work. It also helps students realize when they are making spelling and grammar mistakes in their writing. On the other hand, no computer program is perfect, and students still need to learn the English and language arts concepts to fully edit their own work and be proficient in it. Teachers also use technology to support literature learning. There are free online copies of some published works that students and teachers can access and use, as long as it is correctly cited. Also, information on authors is literally at a student's fingertips.